This is the brand new Cupra Leon, courtesy of Northamptonshire Police. But is it the best unmarked police vehicle out there on the market? Well, there's only one way to find out. But before we do, I'm going to give you a little bit of spec about this vehicle. This is a 2-litre turbo engine vehicle, 340 brake horsepower with 420 newton meters of torque. That means it goes 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, and it tops out at over 170 miles an hour. But to know more, we're going to be joined by Harrison Beverley, the officer that drives it. Come in, Harrison, come in. Big handshake, mate. You look very familiar.
Okay.
Yeah, how do I know you?
Potentially been on Police Interceptors.
This is Harrison Beverley from the latest season of Police Interceptors, and we are seeing you come to a new series very, very soon. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it starts a couple of weeks' time over the bank holiday weekend, I think, on the Monday. So
Fantastic. Do you love it?
It's been okay so far. It's been good. It's been. Hopefully, it gives everyone a chance to see what we get up to.
New face of Interceptors, ladies and gentlemen. Right, Cupra. Is this an official sleeper vehicle? Is it the best unmarked police vehicle you've had? And what makes a Cupra so good?
Yeah, so we're lucky. Obviously, we've got a couple of these Cupras coming through now. Obviously, you'll start seeing a mixture of marked and unmarked coming through. We're lucky. We've got the Cupra. We've still got a couple of BMWs around, but yeah, we've had it a few months. Put it through its paces. It's been a pretty decent vehicle for what we use it for what we need it for. So yeah, I think we're pretty happy with what we've got so far out of it.
So 0 to 60, 4 seconds.
Yeah, the quick car.
And top speed over 170 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And you can tell me that, can't you?
Yeah. This obviously is no secret. They are quick cars. 0 to 60, as you said, just north of 4 seconds, I think. So yeah, and top end, they're well into 160s, 170 odd. So quick vehicle, but occasionally, the types of vehicles we're going up against, we do require that sort of performance from these vehicles. So it certainly gives us a hand when we, depending on the jobs we're going to. It's nice to have that performance of a vehicle.
Unmarked cars are needed out there at the moment. People either say it's entrapment, or they will say you get a better proactivity result if you're in a marked car. Well, no, you're not, because if you're in a marked car, that's basically reactive policing. People in a block around you on motorway will behave. No one else will behave. They'll just come to you, see you like a static speed camera, slow down when they see you, put the phones down or whatever, and then go off and continue doing what they're doing. When you're in an unmarked car, you can see it. It's not entrapment. We are not making you pick your phones up. We are not making you speed. What do you say to people that have that attitude when driving on the road?
Yeah, it's difficult because we've obviously, it's part of the core role of roads policing that we're responsible for. We're looking at the KSI, so the killed and serious injuries on the road. Until we get that right down, we're going to use vehicles such as this. So you target your fatal 5 offences. So we do use the vehicles. Obviously, we do have that enforcement, especially around the mobile phones. It is something we will look for. What it does give those is a capability of, for people who are not going to stop for us and who are going to take chase, and we're going to go pursuit with the vehicle. It gives us that bit of extra time, in order to plan, in order to get the vehicle stopped safely. If we all had, marked vehicles, then it wouldn't give us that capability to do so. Just having that extra bit of time that they might not have seen, or the subject that doesn't want to stop might not have seen you. It just allows us to put resources ahead. It allows us to get the right resources to the area. But as I said, one of the main roles we have is safety on the roads, and we will use unmarked vehicles till we get that number down. It's only fair that we carry on doing that, essentially.
2-litre turbo,
yeah.
4 drive. What's it like to drive? What's it like comfort wise and to use on a 10-hour shift?
Yeah, I mean, we're lucky in the vehicles. They've got all the the heated seats and stuff in the vehicle. So, but performance-wise, it is responsive. It's quick. Having had pursuits in the vehicle, it's difficult to outrun because on your fast roads such as your motorway, your A45, your 14s, which we have, as you said, the top end speed is quick. But then around the town, you've got initial pickup performance. It allows us to use our tactics safely. Especially when we've got the performance of vehicles such as this. It's got low profiles on it, so ride comfort isn't always the greatest on it.
Slight bit of noise.
A little bit of noise. Ride comfort's not the best on them, but you know, it's a vehicle that, you know, we're happy to use, especially with the performance it offers us when we're you know, responding to incidents.
Having been in the police for the last 19 years, I need to feel protected when I'm surfing the web, buying products online, or even checking my emails. I also need to know that all my details are safe, my IP address is hidden, and I've got no data leaks, especially when I'm uploading or downloading YouTube videos from this phone. Especially when I'm reading YouTube comments like this good one here. Ben, you're an idiot. What's Pearson doing on YouTube? Your videos are crap. It also protects me when I'm in high classified talks with security agencies from all over the world, like this one.
I think we need to fire Pearson, you know. His videos are shit, and he's got a huge forehead.
It also protects me when I'm watching sensitive material in my hotel on their free Wi-Fi using my webcam, like this.
Whoa, Ben, it's so big.
So what are you waiting for? Go to surfshark.com/interceptor or use the discount code interceptor for 4 months free on behalf of Surfshark. Well, thank you Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Stand by, incoming call. Hey up, love. Yeah, it's just my girlfriend. What do you mean I'm live streaming? Yeah, no, it's not your sister's voice in the video. It's your mum's. Right, yeah, well I hope you're using secure VPN. So we're here in front of this vehicle. We haven't blacked out the reg, so people are going to say all about the reg and this sort of thing. This is not a sneaky beaky vehicle. This is not a surveillance vehicle. There's a massive difference between a covert and an unmarked, isn't there?
Yeah.
So this is technically a marked traffic car, but it's got no decals on the side and no light bar on top. So you're not really bothered if anyone sees the number plate. It's not used for sneaky beaky stuff. And again, it's got a aerial on the back there, which most cars do, but it's not got another aerial on. So how can people, if they're unaware, either spot something or drive correctly? Because it's all about making the roads a safer place, isn't it? It's
an unmarked police vehicle. It's on our fleet. We are, as I said, we respond to, you know, collisions on fast roads. So we don't want, you know, properly covert vehicles because it's safety for us. You know, we can only demonstrate a couple of months ago we had a new one of these that a drunk driver took out on the A43 down near Toast, that, you know, essentially that was a marked vehicle. So we need the safety for us as well and the members of the public when we're dealing with incidents. As you've seen, like it's fully lit up. We're not trying to hide the lights on it or anything. But as you said, it's an unmarked vehicle because we essentially do use it for day-to-day jobs as well. It just, as I've said, gives us that little bit of extra time, a bit of extra, you know, if we're on the enforcement wise. But we're not trying to hide it, you know. Social media says we've got these type of vehicles. Yeah. All I can say is just drive correctly.
If you're driving within the letter of the law, you don't have to worry about if anything's marked or unmarked. Yeah. You just drive normally and just go about your business. So going around the vehicle, then you've got your lights, top windscreen there. Yeah. Obviously you've got your repeaters, you've got a bottom up windscreen. Coming to the front of the vehicle, it's not in the lights anymore, is that correct? It's all just in the grille?
It's in the grille, and you'll find it's on the number plate as well.
Yeah. So they're majority for coming out of junctions as well, aren't they? So you can nudge out and they can see the lights, obviously.
Yeah, the side repeaters, we have it because we know, appreciate from the side of the vehicle, it's not always the easiest to spot. So, you know, we'll take it nice and slowly going through junctions and make sure people have seen us before it's safe to go. But yeah, as I said, the front grille's got lights all in the grille, number plate. When the lights are on, it's pretty well lit up. So, you know, you'll see us coming as long as you're just checking your mirrors and things. So it's,
Advice for people if they see you come in?
So we'll, you know, if it's just checking your mirrors, you know, we won't close, you know, emergency response driving shouldn't close until it's safe for us to necessarily pass. Try not to panic a little bit, you know, we'll find the gaps when it opens up. And just, you know, if you come up to a bend, just get through the bend and then wait for the safe place for us to stop. You know, we won't force it through, shouldn't force any vehicles, you know, off the road. And, you know, we'll find that pass in place, that's not an issue. Yep. Just try not to panic. If you're unsure where to stop, just put your hazards on for a bit, so we'll know you've seen us necessarily. But yeah, we'll find that place, you know, to pass, and when it's safe to do so. You
just said that. What advice would you give for people stopping if an unmarked car gets behind you? Because there's a sort of grey area that people want to pick on, and I made it as clear as day, but what's your thoughts?
Yeah, so if the unmarked vehicle's right behind you, it's the same as a marked vehicle. You're going to have to stop at the next safest opportunity to do so. When that vehicle's behind you, you should see it. Like sirens going on. Just make sure. We should stop you where it's safe to do so. Where there's somewhere safe for you to stop. If you really are unsure when you get stopped, the officer should have a warrant card on them. They should have all, necessary kit on them as well.
In uniform.
Officer in uniform, yeah. And ultimately, if you're very unsure, just phone the control room. And, we can provide you all the details you need that relates to that vehicle stop.
Yeah.
We can create an incident number, that sort of thing. And again, but yeah, we should,
It's all about safety, isn't it?
Yeah. We don't want you to stop somewhere that's unsafe. We see it on the motorway especially, or a fast road such as a dual carriageway. We're lucky we have matrix boards on the back of ours that may come up saying "Follow me."
Yeah.
Police slow, obstruction ahead, something, because obviously we know.
Put your phone down now.
Yeah. So we have these as well. So we'll obviously take you off, and if you see that, that's normal now. We have it, and most of our roads policing vehicles have the matrix boards in, which is brilliant. If we are behind you, then if it's on the, a dual carriageway, a motorway, just the next safest exit. Don't stop on the slip road like a lot of people may do. Just come off nice and easy. You've got the hazard light, so we'll know we're obviously following it. The one thing we do have is when it says "Follow me" as well, just make sure you will maintain that speed, because a lot of people will drop back to sort of 10, 15 miles an hour, and it's not safe. So, it's not uncommon that people know we use these type of vehicles now, so they shouldn't be surprised when people get
exactly. So there's a bit of a grey area out there as well. 163 of the Road Traffic Act says you've got to stop for any police officer in uniform, making it that simple. People will say, I'm not stopping for an unmarked car. Unfortunately, you do, because you can't see if the officer's in uniform until they pull alongside you, so it's an offence. You've got to pull alongside or say, look, I'm an officer in uniform. If you don't believe, then that's the difference. But you've still got to stop. They will stop you in a safe place where it's lit, it's going to be covered by CCTV cameras. They can always pull alongside you, give them the name, the registration, and they can ring 999, put a log on. But people will say, I can't see that's a marked police. You can see this is an unmarked police vehicle. Do not sit there. And the amount of criminals that write on my comments and go, I wouldn't stop, I'd make off. It'll still lead to a T-pack. It'll still lead to you getting boxed in, still lead to your vehicle getting damaged. Your insurance won't pay out, your tyres won't be, they'll be flat in the first one, and it's down to a judge to decide. And the judge would look at this gentleman and this vehicle and say, you can see that's a police vehicle. So please, please, please stop. Right, take us around the vehicle. Are we all right to have a look in the boot?
Yeah.
You do know how to do a criminal test, don't you? It's really nice front back end, doesn't it? And it sounds nice as well. We'll just give it a bit of a rev.
Yeah. It says high performance vehicle. It's all liveried up at the back.
It basically says I'm going fast, doesn't it? Even when it stood still.
It is a quick vehicle. Obviously, you've got the 4 exhausts at the back, and then, as I said, when the lights are on at the rear, if we're on a scene on the fast road, for example, we can put the rear reds as well, so it lights up fully at the back. Yeah. So as you've seen, we've got we're quite lucky. We've got a custom built kit for the boot of it, which carries all the kit we need. Your cones, your signs, the matrix board, which you can pop up there. It's quite tidy. It's meant so that if we're at the scene of a road traffic collision, for example, on a fast road, we don't have to mess about. We know where stuff is. We've got the signage that we need for essentially our safety, the person's members of public safety as well. Should be a stinger in there normally, and then so we're quite lucky. We've got these custom inserts essentially in the boot that mean we don't have to mess about looking for all the bits we need.
Everything's in easy reach, isn't it? You don't want to be califudging stuff at road traffic scenes, especially like I said on fast roads.
Oh. There you go, loads of space.
Right.
Brand new leather inside as well, you'll be fine.
Nice is this. Right, inside the Cupra. It feels very nice as a criminal. I've got a nice bit of leather. I've got a good bit of leg room. I'm 6'3". I've got really good headroom as well, so I don't have to worry about that. Nice racing seats in the front. Obviously, got airbag. We've got side airbags as a seat, and I've also got a charger down there, so I can phone a local drug dealer when I'm being locked up. And tell them that someone else can take my white and browns and deliver straight to the other people. So yeah, as a criminal test goes for the Cupra, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So well done, Northampton. Thank you, Cupra. It's very comfy, isn't it?
Yeah, we're lucky. Nice, spacious.
Yeah, seats hug you really well. So take us around your, I want to say command centre now. Take us around it because it looks very futuristic and stuff like that. So you've got your comms and your lights.
Yeah, so we've got a we can listen to, you know, whichever we are in the county, we cover the county, so we can switch to either the local area channels on there, or if we go cross border, we can have a, you know, a pursuit channel that we'll go to. If we have bad comms in area, for example, we've got the, you know, the push to talk, so we can do the pursuit commentary, for example, through, you know, just literally by this, so it's obviously safe for us to do so. But yeah, we can monitor local channels if, you know, whichever part of the county you're covering. Flick between it, like I said, if we go to a cross border a lot of the time, go to Leicestershire quickly, Lincolnshire if we need to, and then wherever really.
So obviously you've got that there, you hold it, that's for your ANPR.
Yeah, so we can have ANPR. Obviously we're lucky, we've, you know, it's built into the phones that we've got, so we can have it on there, and then we're not, you know, obviously going on the phone at the time, it can just sit there all day. You know, when we get past hits, we can monitor it, we can monitor the ANPR stack from just here really. So as you said, he alludes to it, the command suite as such, you know, we can spend 10-12 hour days in the vehicle, so it is essential that we've got all the kit we need to be able to do the job. We can do it all remotely, we can stay out of the office if we have to, so we can be on the roads, we can be visible, we can be seen. So
and what about cameras front and rear?
Yeah, so you've got front cameras, rear cameras as well. You've got the dash cams up at the top, obviously. We can activate the dash cams without lights on it, so if we're following a vehicle of interest that, you know, you don't have to have any lights on, we can hit a button and it'll start recording from the moment you've pressed it in. So it's quite useful, especially if you're following a vehicle, you know, you've got tactics on the vehicle, for example, we can have that dash cam on just to capture any offences in the interim, because the second those lights go on, some vehicles aren't going to stop and going to take off. So,
yeah exactly.
Yeah.
What would you give advice to then if someone's thinking about making off?
Obviously the risk is, you know, if anything happens, you know, the risk you're going to carry it. Essentially, it's dangerous. You know, we do train for it, as you know, all the TV programs will show. So it's just not worth it, because one, the issues and the dangers you pose to other vehicles, and to the capability of our vehicles, it's just not worth it, because ultimately, if you get caught, you know, the impact that can have on your life or someone else's life is tremendous. Obviously we will risk assess it, but you know, we have the capability to stop vehicles. It's, you know, especially with vehicles such as this.
Well, I'm going to ask you now then,
yeah.
Harrison, is this the best sleeper vehicle you've ever had, or you think's available at the moment? Do you think the Cupra Leon is the best unmarked traffic car that's out there? And if you had your own choice, what would it be if it's not one of these? Yes,
we're lucky. We've gone from having the BMW 340s. I think, you know, you've seen previously, they are you know, as quick as this vehicle. The high performance vehicles, and you know, they serve a purpose for us. So the current ones that we have, this is, you know, I think most people on the department would be their first choice of a marked vehicle to drive, or marked vehicle. But yeah, the capability we have is needed for when the time comes when people decide not to stop. So we are lucky to have them, but you know, they do serve a purpose for us. The types of crime we're seeing, you know, especially with some of the high value, high performance vehicle thefts, we have to have the capability to get near the vehicles that are being nicked, for example, or driven for criminal purposes.
Well, brilliant. Thank you very much, Harrison.
Okay.
You're an absolute gentleman. Please keep safe out there. Please keep on our TVs doing what you're doing. And if you're watching Interceptors, watch for his face, because you are the up and coming, what you call you? Stud muffin?
Definitely.
Your mates are going to give you some ass up for that, aren't
they? Thank you. Learning from the best, I think.
So is this the best sleeper police car out there? The best unmarked police car on the roads? I think so, and so does Harrison. If you like videos like this, please like, follow, share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Please keep safe on the roads, and bye-bye for now.